This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's go to work in the Jeopardy round. The first round of play today has these categories for you: Historic London, Sports Terms, Board Game History, What Planet Are You From? That's my ma. And In the Bookstore. Player 1, make a selection, please, as we continue. You can visit several of these historic structures like Kensington and Buckingham. It's Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus control pad. Good for you! Select again. Regent's Park was a hunting ground for this 16th century king who never hunted without tiring 8 or 10 horses. Yes, Player 1. Good. Player 1, back to you. Famous men who orated at Hyde Park's Speaker's Corner include Friedrich Engels and this 1848 Engels co-author. Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct. Choose again, Player 1. Arthur Wellesley, the first Duke of this, was known as a soldier, but had an eye for art, as you can see at Apsley House. Okay, Player 1. Right. Player 1, back to you. According to Shakespeare, these conflicts began with a confrontation in the Temple Gardens. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yep. You again, Player 1. Net, ace, foot fault. It's Player 2. Right. Player 2. Bunker, wedge, caddy. Okay, Player 1. Right. You get to pick again. Bomb, backfield, blitz. Player 1. You got it. We return to you, Player 1. Here's Kelly to start us off.
Googly, gully, and batsman are terms used in this sport.
Yes, Player 2. Hey, you're right. Please pick again, Player 2. Fletch, quiver. Okay, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, pick again. Charles Darrow created this game in the Depression while dreaming of fame, fortune, and his summers at the Jersey Shore. It's Player 3. That's right. Way to go. We return to you, Player 3. A game imported from India is called both Shoots and Snakes and These. Let's hear it, Player 1. Correct. Player 1. While out of work, Alfred Butts created this word game by mixing anagrams with crossword puzzles. Yes, player 1. That's correct. Player 1, back to Hasbro says this game was invented by a wealthy couple while aboard their luxury boat. Player 3. Right you are. Choose again. Player 3. In the 1950s, Parker Brothers took a French game called Conquest of the World and turned it into this. Yes, player 2. That is correct. You get to pick again, player 2. It has seasonal weather patterns and iron-rich minerals in the soil, giving it a distinct red color. Let's hear it, player 1. That's it. Select again. Greater in mass than all the other planets combined, it's surrounded by dozens of moons. Okay, player 2. Correct. Player 2, you pick again. It's the smallest and densest of the outer gas giants and has an appropriate name, as it has a watery interior. Player 2. Yes. Please pick again, player 2.
Woo!
It's the Daily Double. You are currently in second place. So, what's your wager? Answer this. Its mean distance from the Sun is only about 36 million miles. Yes. You again, player 2. Bands of debris and ice surround it, as do its satellites, including Titan. It's player 3. Yeah, good. Player 3, back to you. In 1758, Ben Franklin issued his last publication of this annual. Let's hear it, player 2. That's correct. We return to you, player 2. Game fish of the family Istiophoridae with a pointed snout. It's player 1. Yes. Player 1, you pick again, please. A doctor who specializes in the treatment of skin diseases. Yes, player 1.
Yeah!
Correct. Choose again, player 1. All right, here with the clue is Kelly.
Its silhouette is seen here.
Player 1. That is correct. You again, player 1. Dr. Faustus, playwright. Okay, player 1. That's correct. Player 1, back to you. The Teammates by David Halberstam chronicles the friendships of Ted Williams and others on this team. It's player 1. Hey, you're right. Select again. John Grisham switched gears with Skipping This Holiday, about a couple who want to skip the consumerism. Player 3. Yeah, good. Please pick again, player 3. The Devil in the White City examines murder, magic, and madness at the 1893 World's Fair in this U.S. city. Let's hear it, player 3. Right. You get to pick again, player 3. In a Stephen King book, writer Paul Sheldon is weary of this title heroine he created. Yes, player 1. Good. Here's the $1,000 clue for you. Appropriately, part 3 of this 1953 novel is Burning Bright. Okay, player 3. Correct. The selection will be yours, player 3, when we return from this break. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one, the British invasion. Famous Canadians. World leaders. Beastly noises. Plays. And rocks and minerals. All right, if you're ready, it's Double Jeopardy time. The first track on the Beatles' second album was a Chuck Berry song that told this composer to roll over. Let's hear it, player 1.
Yeah!
Yes. Player 1, let's go over to Kelly.
Brian Jones played the humble kazoo on this band's 1967 Between the Buttons album, though not on the hit Ruby Tuesday.
Yes, player 1.
Woo!
Right. Player 1, back. The Searchers told us that Madame Ruth had a pad down on 34th and Vine where she sold this. Player 1.
Yeah!
That's correct. Please pick again, player 1. This man's pacemakers included Leslie McGuire, John Chadwick, and Freddie Marsden. Okay, player 1.
Woo!
You got it. Choose again, player 1. Reg Presley not only sang lead on this Troggs hit, he played the ocarina as well. It's player 3. Yes. Select again. In 1917 and 1918, Ontario's Billy Bishop claimed 72 aerial victories as an ace in this war. Okay, player 3. Right you are. We return to you, player 3. Toronto-born journalist Morley Safer began co-hosting this TV news magazine way back in 1970. Player 2.
Yeah!
That is correct. Player 2, back to... And here's Kelly.
This mariner's 16th century explorations of the Gulf of St. Lawrence laid the basis for French claims to Canada.
Let's hear it, player 2. Yes.
Ah, yeah!
You get to pick again, player 2. Co-discoverer of this pancreatic hormone, Ontario's Frederick Banting won a 1923 Nobel Prize. It's player 3. You are correct. Player 3, you pick again. Answer, the first of the daily doubles. You're tied with player 2 right now. Please select. Here is your clue. This Nova Scotia man founded a famous line of ships in 1838. You've moved up to first place. You again, player 3. In 1999, Thabo Mbeki, who fought to eliminate apartheid, became leader of this country. Yes, player 2. Yep. Player 2. Hu Jintao became the General Secretary of the Communist Party in 2002 and leader of this country in 2003. Okay, player 1. That's it. Choose again, player 1. And I'll hand it off to Kelly.
The country whose flag is seen here elected its first female chancellor in 2005.
It's player 1. Right. Player 1, pick again. In 2006, Stephen Harper of this country's Conservative Party became its Prime Minister. Yes, player 2. Good for you. Please pick again, player 2. In 2008, Tillman Thomas became Prime Minister of this Caribbean country invaded by the U.S. in 1983. Player 2. That's right. Way to go. We return to you, player 2. After the hungry German shepherd gnawed on the tree, it let out a... Let's hear it, player 1. Good. You get to pick again, player 1. If the species were reversed at Thanksgiving, the birds chowing down on us would be doing a lot of... Yes, player 1. Right. Player 1, I should never have committed a crime on the farm. I knew the pig would... It's player 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Player 1, back to you.
Yeah.
Answer, the second daily double. You are in first place. What are you going to wager? The clue, playing bridge, the donkey led the 4 of clubs, and the elephant decided to... That puts you even further ahead. Player 1, you pick again, please. The day Churchill died, it was as if the horse kept calling for him with a neigh and a... Player 2. That's correct. Select again. You might need a learner's permit to watch Paula Vogel's Pulitzer Prize play, How I Learned to Do This. Let's hear it, player 2. You got it. You again, player 2. The play Spinning into Butter explores political correctness at a small college in this Green Mountain state. Okay, player 2. Right. Player 2. Pick a... Moonlight and Magnolias depicts the epic struggle to turn this novel into a 1939 film. Yes, Player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2. Back to... Matthew Burnett turned this Our Town playwright's novel, Theophilus North, into a play. Player 2. That's it. You get to pick again. In 2006, New Yorkers awoke to find his 1935 play, Awake and Sing, back on Broadway. It's Player 3. Right. You again, Player 3. For its state mineral, Colorado chose rhodochrosite, which is a deep shade of this primary color. Let's hear it, Player 2. Good for you. Select again. This blackboard rock is formed when shale is subjected to immense heat and pressure. Okay, Player 2. Good. Player 2, back to you. Galena is the principal ore of this metallic element, symbol Pb. It's Player 2. Yeah, good. Player 2, you pick again. Scoria, a dark glassy rock created from this, is heavier than pumice and has bigger holes. Let's hear it, Player 2. That is correct. Here's the $2,000 clue. On the Mohs scale, this mineral can be scratched by every other mineral. Yes, Player 2. That is correct. Congratulations to all of you. You'll be continuing on to Final Jeopardy when we come back. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. Children's Lit. You need to select your wager. Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. The Final Jeopardy clue is as follows. This Roald Dahl book begins, "These two very old people are the father and mother of Mr. Bucket." What did you put as your response? And that correct response will add... What did you say? And this correct response will add how much to your score? Did you come up with the correct response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response?
Yeah!
This makes you our new champion, Player 1. So congratulations. Good game. Thank you so much for playing.